Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mystic Path. This will be the April energy update. We're going to pull from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, the Secret Language of Light, and the Female Archangel's Oracle. Okay. I also made some notes. And I'm sitting here. It is the beginning of April, Earth energy. You can probably see in the corner there, the mystic cat Watson joins us. Hopefully, let me just see if you can see everything really good. There we go. A little bit more. And Sophia has come in and is meowing for whatever reason. Okay, about there. She wants to go outside, but it is much too hot. I'm in Florida. It's very hot here right now. For spring, we're having summer temperatures. So in a little bit, when I'm done, sis, with this, you might be able to see her, maybe not. She's probably being blocked by a candle. She's like down there by the table. She's just low enough. Yep, she laid down so you can't see her. Anyway, we're going to get started. This is the April energy update. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Please don't force it to fit. All these messages that come through and these energy updates, are about kind of looking at ourself for growth, for self-awareness, for growth, right? You can't heal what you don't reveal. So sometimes the energies try to reveal things to us, give us lessons around the cycles of nature. So that's kind of why I do these energy updates. We're just going to go ahead and get right to it. So let's see here. What do I have in my notes? So, in my notes. Okay. So, in the beginning of April, we're going to feel energy that's like very motivating, right? It's going to line up behind us to help support us to get going, right? It's very important in the beginning of April to try to stand in love, like make decisions from a loving place. Try to think things through, but then also, check in with your heart. Like, how would my heart feel if I made this decision this way or that way or whatever, right? April is a good time to kind of like pause and self-reflect. We have a full moon in the beginning of April coming in actually just like a day or so, depending on where you're at when I'm filming this. There's also a full moon energy update with specific lessons coming around the full moon energy. It's on the channel. Check it out. While I'm saying that, please like, share, and subscribe. We want to try to grow a little bit this year. Okay, so I was talking about we have this full moon coming. It may have with it a little bit of intense energy. I'm not going to go too deeply into it, but go check out the full moon video. It will feel hard, some of the lessons around the full moon probably. So in April in general, pay attention to how you emotionally respond to things, right? So I was just saying before, like think things through, but check in with your heart, right? So whatever's happening in your world, whether it be work, relationships with family, friends, romance, you know, dreams, goals, whatever it is. Pay attention when things are happening. Pay attention to your emotional reaction to things, right? Because your body is the first place that tells you, like, oh, I'm being triggered, I'm experiencing a trauma. And the reason it does that is because it wants you to heal the trauma, right? The body wants to heal. It doesn't want to walk around like not healed with trauma. Because think about it, we have an immune system that's whole purpose is like to fight anything to heal us, right? And for whatever reason, humans have kind of gotten stuck that just means for the physical body, but it's also for your emotions and things, right? So the body's like first instinct is to try to heal itself. So that's why traumas come up. That's why triggers happen, because your body's trying to alert your mind. Ding, ding, ding. Pay attention to this, please. There's a clearing needed here. There's a lesson to be learned. There's a trauma to be healed. Okay? So pay attention to any emotional responses you're having this month. When you're having them, then, you know, ask yourself questions. Ask the universe questions. Journal. Try to, you know, solve some of the questions or answers or traumas or whatever it is coming up, right? Once we move into like the second week of April, it's going to be a really good week for manifestation. Like, be humble, but don't be afraid to take the leap. Okay? Don't be afraid to like move yourself forward, bet on yourself, right? Show up for yourself, but do it in a humbled way. Don't, you know, nobody likes the person that's like all arrogant and stuff. Okay? Let's see. What else did I? Oh, in April, the good news is in the greater consciousness of the world, in April, we're going to start to really pay attention to the medical systems. We're going to start to pay attention to like how we treat and heal ailments and diseases and how we look at them, right? We're going to start understanding that some of the things we're doing in our medical systems are obsolete and that we know a lot more. We just haven't been like connecting all the dots, right? And we're going to start this point moving forward in humanity. We're going to start connecting some of those dots and like changing some of our systems to work better for like what we know. Let's see what else we got here. In the third week of April, we have a solar eclipse, okay? That's something important to note because we do know, right, that eclipses make the energy a little wonky. Actually, let's you know, we usually read about like lunar eclipses, so let's read about a solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, thereby obscuring the view of the sun from the small part of the earth. Okay, so we have a solar eclipse coming the third week of April. Now that in itself is probably going to stir up the energy, right? We know what happens when a lunar eclipse happens. The energy gets a little wonky. Things flip upside down a little bit, right? So keep that in mind. Around the 14th, 15th, that's when this is going to be happening. The energy's going to feel a little weird. It's going to feel a little like cold shoulder-ish. It's the only way I know how to describe it. You're going to feel like in your relationships that things are like ice cold between you and the people, right? You and the people you work with, or you and your family, or you and your friend, or you and your boyfriend or husband or partner, or whatever it is, right? Now, don't let it spin you out of control. Just know this solar eclipse is flipping the energy around a little bit. This iciness I feel in my relationships is not personal. Okay? Don't react and get triggered by things, because this is just an energy that's like coming in to kind of make you feel that way. So don't like spin it up in your head that it's all about you, right? Because humans have a tendency to do that. Myself included, right? So just keep that in mind. This is just an energy that's like come in to slow us down, to block us a little bit. So don't take the bait. Don't let the block settle in, right? Just see it for what it is and let it pass as like, okay, this is going to be a weird couple of days. I'm gonna stay in alignment. I'm gonna work to stay centered and grounded and in alignment, etc. Okay. Yeah, give yourself space. I wrote here, give the person space and give yourself space. In those icy feeling days, everybody's going to be dealing with their own stuff, and we need to give each other the space to do that, right? And that's why if we reach out to lean on somebody else during that time, you're going to get an icy reception, because they have their own stuff that they need to deal with. So they don't really have the bandwidth to let you lean on them. And vice versa. You're going to have your own stuff to deal with. So if people are reaching out to you, you may give them back a little coldness without realizing it, because you have your own stuff that you need to focus on, right? So just keep that in mind. That's going to be around this solar eclipse around the 14th and 15th. Interesting, right? That solar is the sun, and this eclipse having to do with the sun, which is a very hot, fiery ball, is bringing in icy energy. Isn't that interesting? I just find that fascinating. Anyway, it's the little odd things like that that just give me enjoyment about the universe and how unexplained it is at times. Okay. Okay. Yes. A couple other things to be noted about a solar eclipse. During this time, miscommunications will happen, which makes sense, right? If people are feeling icy towards each other, only makes sense. There's going to be some miscommunication. Some of us may be feeling imposter syndrome big time around this time. That is a thing, okay? I just giggle because, we all have it, and I've had my own bouts with imposter syndrome, so I just giggle because I try to take its power away, right? Okay. During this time, like I said, we're going to want to give others space. We're going to need our own space. We're going to want to try to relax, right? We're going to try to want to step out into the observer seat, right? Remember that this is just the energy, and I don't have to get caught up in it, and it's going to pass in a couple of days, right? Sometimes global energy, universal cosmic energy things are happening, and they affect us just like they affect animals, plants, the water, the tides, everything, right? And sometimes we're just not always aware that's what's happening. It's like we know we feel weird. We know something's going on, right? Like I have a friend who I'll see her sometimes and she'll say, what is happening with the energy right now? Because she'll say like people are acting nuts or whatever, or tense or sad or whatever, right? And so that's what I mean, is like humans, we can sense it sometimes, but we can't always pinpoint exactly like what it is. Like, oh, it's that the planets are moving, or there's a solar eclipse, or blah, 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 whatever, right? So we just have to keep in mind that sometimes these things happen and it's not about us, right? Humans, we like to make things about us. That's just something we do. And sometimes we have to remember when this happens, like when this is happening, the solar eclipse, this is about like the whole cosmos. Has nothing to do with humans specifically. So this energy, don't get all caught up in it and like blow up your own life because you're feeling imposter syndrome, because you're feeling icy towards the people around you, because this energy is going to pass. Just slide into observer mode if you can, right? Check in with your heart space before you react to things. Okay. Okay. Now, if you slide out of observer mode, it happens. But that's where the fear is going to be, right? And that's where the fear can like overtake you and overwhelm you. So that's why during that time, you're going to want to stay grounded. You're going to want to do some breathing, right? Yoga, whatever it is to keep yourself like not all worked up, stress-free. Just observe, right? Because after this solar eclipse, we have a Mercury retrograde, which is also going to be a little intense. Okay, so probably not a great time to travel at the end of April. Mercury retrograde usually brings in some like technology snafus, also brings in some miscommunications, right? Which we already talked about. That's going to happen around the solar eclipse. So Mercury retrograde is just going to like attach on to the solar eclipse at the end, and there's going to be more of that. So if you are going to be traveling, it's not that anything bad's going to happen. It's just going to be that there's probably going to be like miscommunications, right? Missed flights, canceled flights, disorganization. That's all. So if that's the case, give yourself plenty of time. Try to stay calm. Go with the flow as much as possible. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now, also, because of this solar eclipse energy and then Mercury retrograde, right? What was I saying? We want to think things through and then check in with our heart space. So that means it's a time to pause and reflect and take our time. Sleep on it. If you have a big decision or commitment or whatever it is, sleep on it for a day, 2 days, whatever it takes, then, make the right decision. Let's not be rash. Let's not be jumping into things. Because why? Because the energy already is supportive of like miscommunication, misinterpretation, right? So, let's see. Oh, also, we just want to keep in mind this energy is going to give humans a tendency to sensationalize things a little bit. So just keep that in mind, right? Observer mode. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do your research. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, this, which then leads me to, let me just see what else I have. Okay, so this leads me to, we're going to need this month very badly to strengthen our sacral chakra. And the reason for that is our sacral chakra is going to be challenged through all of this energy happening. It's going to be challenged, okay? So, the crystal that will be helpful for the sacral, there's 2 crystals. Tangerine quartz. Okay. Ooh, look at that, shows up nicely. I wasn't sure if it would, and we'd be able to see how orange it is, but it's nice, right? So, tangerine quartz. That'll be helpful for your sacral chakra. Also, pyrite, okay? Pyrite, like a full amount of just all pyrite, right? Looks like this. it's like, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but it's like gold. It's like in between, it's like a metal. Okay. And I've said like 100 times. My apologies. It's a metal. It is kind of like in between gold and silver and like pewter. This is like pure pyrite. Okay. I have some beads here, pure pyrite. Here is some pyrite when it's growing. Well, growing, I don't know if growing's the right word. Yeah, I guess growing's the right word. When it's crystallizing out in nature, sometimes there's other minerals around. So this has mostly like onyx, black onyx in here. And then you can see over here where it's like metallic-y and it's like a smokier color. That's where pyrite is like growing in to, yeah, see here? This is like, let's see if I, yeah, there you go. You can see it sparkling. This is like pyrite growing into where onyx is. A piece of it broke off. And so you can see, it's kind of like a smoky, goldish color. Amberish, goldish. Anyway, so pyrite, and tangerine quartz will be very good for April. Pyrite is like a boosting energy, right? So if your sacral chakra is going to be challenged, that's kind of like going to boost you up. So you're not going to want to sleep with that, but you're going to want to put it like wherever, you know, your office, your desk, your car, wherever you get ready in the morning, right? But do not grid your bed with it because it's like a more up energy. Okay. Now the tangerine quartz you can grid your bed with. For gridding our bed this month, we're going to do tangerine quartz, labradorite. This is a labradorite, Merkaba. Okay, labradorite, amethyst, black tourmaline, selenite. Okay, so that's 5 crystals there for your bed grid. Then add in the pyrite. Like I'm waiting on some tangerine quartz beads because I was gonna make a bracelet that I could like wear during the day that I would not sleep with, right? Because of the pyrite. And then I'll add a crystal point, the crystal points to my bed grid so that it helps me and helps heal my sacral chakra while I'm sleeping. Right? Okay. So, also during, not just in your bed grid, but like if you want to carry it with you, I'll put it on my bracelet. Labradorite would also be good because it'll help calm down any overthinking, which this month we'll need because the energy is going to be a little topsy-turvy and tense. Okay? If there are essential oils you want to use this month, a good combination is rosemary, cedarwood, spearmint. Okay? Or you could do like lemon and patchouli together. Okay? Our sacral chakra is going to be challenged. I already talked about that. Our third eye chakra is going to be most supported, and our solar plexus will be needed the most to help keep us grounded. Okay? With that, let me take a little drink here, and then we're going to pull some cards. Okay, we're doing good on time. Yeah, this pyrite, I love it. I wish it showed up better on camera. I don't know if you can kind of see how sparkly and, right? I keep it at my desk because I'm a Leo and pyrite is a good power stone for Leos in general. So I keep this at my desk where I work. And it does help, definitely. Okay, so let's start here with the Psychic Tarot for the heart, since I talked a lot about April being about checking in with our heart before we're making decisions, right? Sleeping on it. This deck is still fairly new. Shout out to our Bulgarian friend. You know who you are. She gifted the channel these. And they're still a little stiff because they're new. Now that the Mystic Cat has left us, here we go. Now you can probably see the cards a little bit better. Okay. Alrighty. Universe. What do we need to know for the month of April? For those watching, what do we need to know for the month of April? Whoa. All right, I saw a card, but we'll see if it comes out. Oh yeah, it's coming out. Yep, it's funny. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna come out or not. And then I went to reshuffle and it did come out. So win or lose. Win or lose. Oh. Rest and reconsider. Oh. Anything else? That's funny. This card came out with win or lose, and I put it back in the deck because I didn't think it was meant, and here it is. So it was meant. Okay. Bottom of the deck, love abounds in reverse. Okay. So already I can tell you this is all very supportive of what we've already been talking about. Okay? Now, couple of things. First message I'm getting here is, in April, no matter what is happening for you, win or lose, you have to remember it looks like there's going to be a struggle here. Something's going to happen this month, and there's going to be a struggle on remembering that, like, all of it is for love. All of it is for the highest good, right? Even the hard stuff is about growth. And so at the end of the day, growing forward is about, a love energy, a heart energy, because you can't grow forward without your heart forgiving and having empathy, right? So, and those lessons sometimes come very hard, right? Forgiveness is a lesson that can come very hard because it means you've been betrayed or you feel betrayed, right? So then you have to forgive somebody. So, and that's just one example. So remember earlier we talked about, like, whatever happens this month, check in with how you're feeling about it. Check in with what's happening in my body and how am I responding and feeling emotionally about this thing. Because what I'm getting immediately is no matter what, win or lose, we have to remember that it's all for the highest and greatest good. Trust me, I know that is a hard pill to swallow sometimes. I have been through some rough lessons in my life, and man, in the middle of them, it is hard to see that there's a higher purpose, that there's a reason, that that usually comes way later in hindsight. But this is what I'm getting immediately, right? And I'm also getting that staying calm. All this blue here is bringing me like stay calm. You see there's like blue, green, yellow. There's blue, green, red here. So I feel like this is all telling us like stay in the heart space, do our best, win or lose. Try not to come outside yourself, okay? That's what I'm getting. Then what I'm also getting here is what we've already talked about. Sleep on it, okay? Don't make impulsive, rash decisions this month in April. Sleep on it, like we already talked about, because this is what I'm getting. Use all the information. You can't make rash decisions and be using all of the information and all of the tools at your disposal. And what I mean by that with this crown chakra card is your intuition, right? Have we ever made, and I know I have, so that's why I say we, have we ever in life made a decision where and now I forget where I was going with this point, right? I know. Have we ever made a decision quickly on something because somebody was pressuring us, or it's like there's a deadline or whatever, but our gut is telling us, don't do it, but we ignore our gut and we make the decision quickly and impulsively because like whatever reason, right? Well, this is what the warning is, right? The warning is that this month, impulsivity is not going to be great in our favor, okay? It's not going to work with us. It's not going to be supportive of what's happening in our lives. So what this is saying is the only way to consult our intuition is to take a pause, think it through with our heart space and our mind together. Also, a lot of people's intuition and messages come through dreams, okay? And if you don't sleep on it, then you're not letting your intuition have a say, because especially in the beginning, when you're first starting to like open up to energy and messages that are just, we've talked about this before on this channel, to get messages from the universe, it doesn't make you special. Any human can do it. The only thing is you need to have a clear antenna, right? And your antenna usually can't be clear if you're like numbing, or if your body is full of trauma and you're refusing to heal, right? So once you heal, you start to heal your trauma and you start to deal with yourself and grow and face yourself, your antenna clears up. And so then you just pick up messages that are out in the energy, okay? Where like, and that's why like I can be at the grocery store and pick up a message or something about the person who's checking me out at the counter, because I'm in their aura. I'm in my antennas in relation to their energy field. So I'm just picking up on something that's in their energy field. That's why it's so important when you get a clear antenna that you use it responsibly, right? And you don't get involved in people's business just because you gotta, right? Your antenna picked something up. So this, when you're healing, when you're first opening up to your own intuition, the first easiest way for messages to come through to you are in your dreams, okay, in your sleep. So that's what they're saying right now, is if you don't sleep on it, then how, like some of you aren't even giving your intuition a chance to give their opinion, right? So keep that in mind. They're like, okay, pull Archangel. Okay, pull Archangel cards. Okay. What Archangel will be supporting us this month of April? What Archangel will be supporting us in April? Oh, that's interesting. It's not so much an archangel as it is an energy. And the reason it's interesting, the energy is satellite symbol. Turn on your light. Okay? The interesting thing about that is one of the decks, this other deck we're going to pull advice from, is called the Secret Language of Light deck. I have not used it in a couple of months because it had not called forward, right? Well, today, specifically, before I even sat down, it was like, I need to be in today's reading. So it's just interesting that I'm asking what universal support are we going to get in April? And what I got is the energy of turn on your light. Okay, again, notice all the green, pinks, red, heart chakra, all of this. Okay? So let's read what the book says on this card 35. I just wanted to also, I just heard, I want us to keep in mind, this month is going to be about change and transformation, okay? Some things may come up for some of you that will require us to grow forward, right? Or to change the path we're on. And we need to remember, while doing that, sleep on it, consult our intuition, let our light, which to me is our truth, our inner soul, who we are, what our purpose is, let it shine through. Okay? In all the challenges, if you can stay centered and stay mostly in observer mode. Now, of course, we're going to have little wobbles, right? That's how we learn. But if you can stay mostly in observer mode, there's going to be a level up I can feel. Let's just read what this card says here. Oh, and the funny thing is I just opened like right to this card. Oh my goodness, you guys. Cannot make this stuff up. Okay. All right. Can you see the card? Yeah. You are here to play. And remember all that you are. Activating your light will guide the way. Expanded meaning. The satellite symbol, integral to angel healing, carries the vibration of our Chia virtue and Archangel Raphael, known as the heavenly light switch. It is used to enhance the flow of all angelic healing energy to come into the body and fortifies all forms of spiritual connection. Ooh, nice. While angels are here to support you in life, they want you to enjoy the fullness of being self-empowered too. The only difference between humankind and angel kind is that angels are non-physical. Once you've attuned to the satellite symbol, you can use it to turn up the flow of angelic light. Use the satellite symbol for blessing water, food, medicines, and skincare. Hands-on healing. Draw the symbol over sites of discomfort. illuminating the root cause of dis-ease. Along with the balance symbol, it helps dis-ease be understood, released, and transformed, and strengthening your channeling abilities, right? Which is what I was saying, right? Once you heal your emotional and mental body, your antenna is clear, and then you have stronger channeling abilities. Okay? Again, interesting. This whole card is talking about healing and growth. And earlier we were talking about how this month the energy is going to like change how we think about healing our bodies. We're going to start changing our medical systems to understand different and incorporate different things. So this is crazy. I mean, of course it's not crazy. Weird, not weird, right? Here we go. All right, now turn it on, right? Turn on the light inside of yourself. Now, let's see what do the secret language of light cards have for us? What is the advice for moving through April? What is the advice for moving through April? I mean, these cards are beautiful. I've always felt like these cards are freaking beautiful. I mean, all the cards are beautiful, obviously. I have a thing for cards. Okay. There it is. Okay. Oh, manifestation. Which is interesting because earlier we talked that there would be the second week of April would be very good for manifestation. Also, at the bottom of the deck, create space, right? Which, what we said earlier, give the people around us the space they need. We also need to take the space we need. We need to remember that if we can do that, if we can stay in alignment, activate our light, we are powerful manifestation machines. That is what I'm hearing immediately right off the bat. Okay, let's read the create space card. Make room for your dreams. Create a space for new desires by learning how to be happy now. We all want certain things in our life to change, and it's up to each of us to do something about it. If you apply action from a position of truly wanting change, you will create evidence of that desire as manifestations of change. Once you notice something you would like to change, take a breath and say thank you. Recognizing what you want to change brings you more clarity on what you would like to change it to. Your job is to create the space for your dreams and desires to fill. Do this and you will begin to receive direction and wisdom. Create this space by coming into balance, meditating, focusing on the moment, or thinking of a person, animal, place, or situation that makes you smile. Feel the smile stretch through your body and relax, knowing that all you desire is on its way. You have empowered your whole being because you don't need conditions to change, to feel joyous in the present. You are bathing in unconditional love. Breathe it in and enjoy how good you feel. I mean, that is pretty powerful. I got some goosebumps reading that. All right. Manifestation. Is it? Okay, hopefully it's not blurry. Oh, there we go. Okay, manifestation. You will attract what you give your focus to. You are about to experience something you have longed for. You may not see any evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown, and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. The time just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, or future. Your perception is altering, so you can see in a new light. Everything is created twice. Firstly, in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling, or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all you are manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. This is the nature of creation. We're just going to leave it there because I feel like mic drop. The universe just mic dropped. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if any of this has resonated with you. Again, thank you for watching all the way to the end. And please share, since we're trying to grow the channel. Have a great, wonderful day, rest of your week, weekend, day, night, whatever it may be for you. Namaste.